Okay, quick Friday morning radar update. So we've got 3 on the floor today, meaning 3 have punched through the opening range highs, and the FTSE is just coiling there. Small caps 250, that's the area where we do business. DAX is trading, agreeing with the transports, which is good, Leaders. Moving on from that, quickly have a look through how the US closed. It's like the S&P closed at its highs. Amazing. Nasdaq highs, Russell at highs. DAX is right up there, isn't it? Turned out the top wasn't in again. Go figure. Moving on. Quick look. I suppose we should look at how that bear flag went in gold. Yeah, so a little area of interest will be in gold around there. Not important if you trade the stocks though, because the stocks are not moving yet. Well, I say that, we might hit the volume leaders in a minute, and we might see gold stocks. So, let's I'll just reverse that back up a bit. Let's just quickly have a look at dollar bulls into that little area of interest we talked about. TLT still coming in. This is how TLT tends to trade over time. The log scale on, so you could see how extended it was. When they talked about it, as with this move here, it was virtually the exact high. Where reward to risk is found, where they talk about it. Where reward to risk is found, where they talk about it. So, cashing the attics on the TV, it's much better than financial TV for trading or investing, anything. So, home's under the hammer too. I'll just go straight into the volume leaders. It's coming up to 10 o'clock. We should have traded 23% to be on average volume. Well, amazingly, large caps are on volume today. Probably for a Friday as well. It's usually a bit boring on a Friday, but there's a lot in here today. Let's have a look through the sectors. I wish I could show 2 screens, but I don't have the ability to do that, I don't think. In fact, I'll have a play around with that for next week, see if I can change the screen I look at with the software. I'm not sure I can actually though, without going into the settings, no. Would be a good idea though. Banks, financials, REITs, travel and leisure. Travel and leisure being overwhelmingly leading today. Let's just go through in order of sector. So we saw all these on the swing screens last week, or the beginning of this week actually, and they are moving out. Was it Monday or was it Tuesday? I don't know. Banks and house builders. So banks are doing well actually. Not my favourite area to put money. Financials. JD Sports was on the swing screens as well, wasn't it, earlier in the week. Trifast. So, big bad bear, Trifast was good to me while it was trending higher. I drew a line in the sand here, and that was it. The top was in. It broke trend for my style there. Even though it put this throwback in, it still never regained it. And that's quite a big fall. I'm going a bit off piste here. 70% haircut off the highs. Getting close to. it's not only that, when you're in stocks for the trend, price appreciation, it's the time in the wilderness, and this one's been going down for 2.5 years or something. So moving on from that, BP, if it's got to throw a swing point, we've got ex-dividend coming up as well. Not that it's much. That can send just a little bit of sickness into the chart for a few days. But yeah, I see it. It won't hit the swing screens until it hits the swing screens. Royal Dutch Shell in this same area as well. REITs all kind of basing out there, little sort of bases on the right side. GB Group's still just bumbling around in the right side. This is like a mature growth stock. So what do I mean by that? It kind of, teetering on the edge of the peg ratio is under 1, but there's a bit more to a go-up stock than that for me. This is a mature growth stock though, and it doesn't mean it can't have a fantastic run. It's never really given up running. Bit lower beta is basically it's actually it's gone a little bit more efficient, as they tend to do when they get a little bit more mature. Not seen that one in a while. That was the stock market darling, wasn't it? Micro Focus, Capita. So we looked at that in that right side of the base as well. There's a lot in the large caps today. On the beach, we noted the overhead supply on this one. It bumped into it, came back in, and this is where you want to see something build, something constructive over here, grinding off everyone here who's at a loss. They're happy with break even, these people. So they're not trading for a profit anymore. They're trading towards break even. Basically how it works. Overwhelmingly how it works. Psychology of the markets. Moving on. Trying to keep it short and sweet, but some days you step up to the screens and there's just a lot moving. So into the small caps, 23%. Oh, we're already on 23%. Perfect. Yeah, quite a few running in the small caps as well. Financials. Few oilers in there, pharmaceuticals. I'll go through in order of sector again. And there's a few more on the list. You get a little bit of a view what the sector's doing if you go in. See the sectors what are in play. This is a return to growth. I know nothing about it. We saw it on the screens 2 days ago. So those who took that one, I didn't even look into it. Sorry, I'm just reversing that up again. Let's buzz through these. So the swing point on this one was on this day here. It drifted off for a couple of days and then off it went again. That's what we call a swing kicker. No cash for that one myself. There's no stats on that in ShareScope, so I chose to swing the US markets. Wednesday continues, fantastic. Virtue. So we've seen that on this. We saw it here and we saw it here as the cheat, didn't we? It's breaking out today. It's not my favourite sector, though I know it kind of ticks some growth metrics, what you'd like to see, not turnover, but a tick back up in it you know, the last full year was it took an axe to the full year numbers, and it's ticking back up, but you know, I think we called it a lower high in the forward numbers, didn't we? A lower high. XPD continues. Nothing on this one. Then a hole. And we're going through the walk of shame stocks. Just loss making, no forward numbers. Actually, a return to growth, or expected to post growth, this one, which is good. Big tick up in turnover. I didn't take it though, I took another one, didn't I? Well, I chose to dip my toe in that pool. TRX, follow through day today after that break. IPO breakout continues. IDOX continues. Bit of a choppy trader, this one. Yeah, not much to see in the lower ends of that screen. Fulham Shaw, now nice sort of base in action, but you know, all these people here are at a loss. So yes, it needs to spike through there. There's no forward guidance on that either. It's an absolute dog of a trader, this one. So maybe it could, if it had some good growth, real numbers, something to look at, you know, the market might sort of trade it a little bit more like a stock than a choppy thing that it is. So that's what's, you know, the markets are on volume today. It's hard to sort of, you know, ignore that. See how they go through the sort of zombie sessions and zombie hours and into the US Open. Okay.